Welcome everyone to Cinema Spotlight. Diving into Steven Spielberg's career, I will be talking about Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Stick to the end of this video and hear me out. When you do, let me know what you thought of this film. Loved, liked, or hated it? I'd love to know. With that said, I'm going to jump right on in. Indiana Jones is about this mysterious crystal skull that everyone wants, and Indy finds himself teaming up with Mutt Williams, a young boy who has a connection to a professor who has found the skull and has hidden it. Together, they try and obtain and keep it out of the clutches of the villainous Dr. Spalko, played by Cate Blanchett, who wants the skull and wishes to expose the information that's inside. When it comes to the crystal skull, yeah, I had a very different mindset back then. I wasn't into Indiana Jones like everyone else was. I just knew I loved movies, I loved Spielberg, and I enjoyed Harrison Ford. I went into the theater, and I rather enjoyed the film. Yeah. I was just having fun being a dork and enjoying all the slapstick and the silly story unfold before me, and oh my lord, aliens. Aliens. And oh, I think that's spoilers. Sorry. But as time passed, I began to wonder, was my opinion of this film askew? I see things differently now than I did 12 years ago, so was I just this naive little boy with his head in the clouds and liked the film that nobody else did? Well, chances are at that time, yes. But now it's kind of like, oof, I see some things I still like, but I'm seeing a lot of problems. We're going to get into that. The film, this is what really frustrates me. The film doesn't bother to tell you where these new characters came from and didn't think to take you along for the ride. They explained enough through exposition, but they just pretty much expected you to buy the friendships, buy the villain, buy this, when we've never really seen them before. We felt like we were just jumping into it, and here it is, which led me to kind of call the first 20 minutes of this film absolutely cringeworthy. The dialogue was stiff, and I found the beginning of this film really stupid. Like the beginning sequence where a bunch of teens try to race with the lead car in this convoy, that was illogical and it was pointless. That's all I'll say. And I'll even jump on the bandwagon of everybody else of Indy surviving a nuclear blast in a frickin' refrigerator. That was bad. Entertaining, but that was bad. The things that stood out to me the most was the pacing. It was awful. It was exciting 1 minute and then staged horribly the next. Just the way it was shot really irked me. My biggest gripe are the characters. I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's just you're expected to know these people after so much time has passed between films. Okay, so I said I'll talk about the positives. So here we go. I love the practical effects. They were good. Action was a lot of fun. While there was nothing tremendously at stake here, I honestly didn't mind, and it just kept things fun. But most importantly, I did not mind the story. It was a nice discovery to find out where the skull came from, who found it before Indiana, and how he was manipulated to get it there in the first place. Mutt Williams' character didn't bother me. Harrison Ford was the delight, and I really loved seeing Cate Blanchett in a villainous role. I just think that the story within the story could have been improved. The writing of dialogue especially. Whatever jokes they thought were funny did not work. Whatever the betrayals and twists and turns, they came off as jokes. In a word, this movie is just silly. Besides Raiders, the rest of the films do a good job telling their own stories, maintaining their right amount of silly. This one is just too much. For that, I found Indiana Jones after 12 years just alright, and I wouldn't own on any platform. Man, that is 2 alrights in a row for Spielberg. But I do suppose that does happen. Not everything you make is going to be a hit. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you have seen Indiana Jones 4, let me know down in the comments. Be kind, be reasonable, and let's talk. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you can, like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell so you don't miss another video. With all that said, I hope you all have a fantastic and wonderful day. Until next time.